it's your girl, Rack Famous Star. Okay, so I cannot help but beam from the results of this episode. I'm just so happy. But let me just start off with, from the beginning, and I'll do my usual recap. Sorry if you see me looking away. I'm like the Olympics. I'm an Olympics junkie, as well as a BB junkie, so I'm multitasking. All right, so last episode we came off the craziness of the double eviction madness. Crazy double eviction madness. Like there was just so much. Zakia and Bridget were taken out in the double eviction with Zakia going first. They showed the 24 hours leading up to the eviction. And they also highlighted on the fact that Polly he got upset with Natalie because of the things he told Zakia. Let me put this here, my notebook. Because the things he told Zakia, because Natalie knew that she was going home, so she wanted to tell Zakia, like, girl to girl, this is what's going on, this is what Polly's been saying. And what Natalie was saying was the truth. She didn't lie. That may not have been the best time to tell her, but Natalie told the truth. And Polly was saying, like, he doesn't like Jersey girls, and that's what Jersey girls do. And it was just like a bunch of excuses from Polly. Everything that Natalie said was the truth. Like, they showed, it's not like they just used Natalie's word and just went off of that. Baby, cameras are always rolling, so they showed the tapes of Polly saying those things, or doing whatever action Natalie was describing to Zakia. And at first, Zakia was like, oopsies, you don't so. But then she started to like really believe her because she was telling the truth. She started to tear up, and I felt bad for Zakia, but at the same time, like, girl, like, you cannot be this delusional. So now Natalie tells James, and James kind of gets upset and wonders why Natalie didn't tell him earlier. And James confronts Polly in the have-not room about making passes at her. And Polly was just kind of like, no, I flirt with everybody, but I would never effing date them. Like, I would never date them. I say Nicole's wifey material, but I would never date her. And I was just like, what? Like, what? I don't know. That was like strike 17 for me from Polly. And then, so Natalie was about to go to sleep, and I don't know which room she was going into because it all happened like so fast, and my jaw was like on the ground. But Natalie's saying goodnight to a few people in a room, and she's about to walk in the other room. And she's like, all right, good night, Polly. Or no, she doesn't say good night, Polly. Polly says good night to her. She's like, good night, Polly. And then Polly's over there like, good night, have fun in there with Michelle. And then Natalie's like, what does that mean? What's that supposed to mean? And he was like, you know what that means. You're as fake as those things on your chest. Talking about her boobs. And I'm just like, Polly, like, I understand, like, he's not that person you ever want to tell, like, a secret to, because he would be that person when he gets upset, he's going to blow up that secret no matter who it's in front of. He's going to tell your secret. Don't tell Polly anything. That whole loyal thing to... No. That's why, like, I try not to tell people my business because people like Polly. I try to be, honest with people. Not honest. Okay, honest. But, like, if I'm going to entrust in someone with one of my secrets, I'm going to trust that they're not going to say anything. And first of all, I only entrust like one secret per person. So if that secret ever gets out, I know exactly who it's traced back to. But anyways, so I could not believe that Polly said that. I'm so glad that Big Brother is showing Polly's true character. Like, I mean, he's probably been like this the whole time, and people have been maybe too scared or nervous to say it. I don't know, to do anything about it. But the first few weeks, I was okay with him. I mean, I knew I didn't want him to win. He was definitely not on the radar of my favorite players. But the fact that they're showing his attitude right now, like, he is very power hungry and defensive and like, well, why you doing this? Like, if it's not his way, it's no way. Anybody that comes after him is out. Like nobody can come after him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just, I don't know. So James goes in there and asks, like, what's going on? Or no, wait, they were in the HOH room, and it was like Paul, Victor, Polly, Zakia, and I think that's it. And then James and Bridget walk in, and James asks, like, what's up? Like, and Polly repeats it, and he says, I just told Natalie she was as fake as those things on her chest. And, so everyone, he was like, well, why would you say it? And Bridget was like, that sounds like a personal attack. Like, this is a game. You have to remember that. And he was like, well, she was making it personal. And I just was mind boggled. So Zakia leaves because, she never stands up for herself. I hope, you know what? I hope one day, Zakia, you're one of my few views that ever watch this, because you never stood up for yourself in the, like, in the house. Like, I liked you too at first. I really did. I was like, you know what? This girl can really do some things. But once you got all love struck, all lovey eyes with Polly, you forgot to do what you came in the house to do. I don't know. And I thought she was a fan. I thought, like, I don't know. Anyway, so Zakia scrambles out the room, and she goes and tells Natalie what's happening, and she's like, well, if I was you, I would want to be up there. I'm like, no, Zakia, you just left because you're a little bitch. Sorry. Everyone in that room, not just you, Zakia, so I'm sorry. Everyone in that room except Bridget was being a little bitch about it. Like, don't sit there. I can't sit there and be in a room or be in an environment when someone is making someone else, like, feel badly about themselves, or like saying things about someone that they really should not be saying. Now, I'm not saying I'm the judge of what people can and cannot say, but it's called morals, like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I really am sorry for calling Zakia a bitch. But I can't sit back and watch someone else, like, damage someone, like, just damn down on someone over and over. And that's what everyone was doing. And I understand they don't want their games to be blown up, but the only person that was not, be completely, like, James was trying, but the only person that was really, really trying was Bridget. And so I commend her on that. Probably was being super defensive to Natalie. Like, he wasn't even taking, like what people were saying. He wasn't even acknowledging it. He was just coming back like, well, you was doing this, and and I'm like, God dang! Like, conversation. I would have walked away from that conversation. Like, F Polly. Oh my gosh, there's so much more in this episode. So, seeing how Polly, rant over. Seeing how Polly treated Natalie is turning Paul and other house guests away. It's turning them off, and it's kind of blowing up his game. Polly is very, very cocky. And people are seeing this, and they don't want to be associated with him. They, like, that's a good target and a good competitor, and a good target to get out the house next. Like, just band together, get him out, So they flash back to 90 minutes before the live show, and this is where James is telling Corey, Nicole, and Polly that he will be evicting Zakia, and Polly is pissed, and he storms into the running room and to Polly and demands to know when he was going to tell him. Like, he was like, so when are you going to tell me? So what are you gonna tell me? You know, like he owe him something. I would have been like, excuse me, you are not my mom. You are not anybody that I need. I didn't know you 2 months ago. So leave me alone. You know, 3 months ago, whatever. And Paulie was really aggressive when he was talking to James. He was really aggressive when he was talking to everybody. Period. Um, it's about to be the 100 meter. Ooh, these guys are fast too. Y'all mind? You know what? Hold on. Look. Okay, who's gonna win? I'm playing. Oh no, no! Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt won. I was kind of hoping Justin Gatlin would win. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this for anybody, but I was on the side of Justin Gatlin with his 30-something-year-old self. Anyways, pause. Okay. Um. So back to Big Brother. So Paulie's pissed and he's very aggressive when he's talking to people. And he tells James, "You better win the HOH." Like a damn threat, you know? Like don't. I was like, Paulie, don't threaten me. Like don't threaten me. Like you are some big old honcho. Like people should bow down to you. I'm sorry. That's why I haven't made the show yet. Because if I would have been on this season, best believe I would have read Paulie like a book. You know, like he would have been. Did she just? Yes, yes, I did. I'm not afraid of, especially when we're all even. It's not like you're my boss and I can't say anything back. You know, but we are all even. You are not the manager. We are all employees. F you. You know. So that's okay. Let me stop. Y'all really trying to see how I don't like Paulie. Okay, let me stop. Okay, let me go on. So Paulie asked James, he's like, "Are you really going to listen to effing Jersey Girl? Like, you really going to listen to the girls? Who came up with this plan?" And James sticks up for himself, and I was proud of James at this moment, because Paulie was trying to act like he Paulie was trying to act like James was not smart enough, or like he was just leaving his boys behind. Paulie was just mad because it was not what he wanted. And I'm sorry. It sucks when you don't get what you want. It does. But you know what? You gotta pick yourself back up and stop crying about it and do something about it. You can't be mad at everyone else because they did what was best for them. Okay? So the lines in the sand are now James, Natalie, and Meech versus Paulie, Corey, and Nicole. With Paul and Victor in the middle. And Paul and Victor are just like, okay, well, whoever wins the next HOH, if it's not us, we're just going to bounce to that side, you know? And I wrote on here that Paulie has officially lost all of his marbles. Like, I am not ready for this week because he's crazy. So the HOH competition was called Hollywood Squirrels, and it was questions about Benny the Squirrel that has been in like all the competitions. He's been just like posed everywhere, dressed up, and in all the competitions. And I was confused. The directions weren't very clear, but they were questions about Benny the Squirrel relating to a picture on the wall. And they started out with 2 house guests from a bag, and then the winner of that got to pick 2 more house guests, and so on and so forth. So the winner ended up being Victor. And I felt like this was a good play because Victor, you know, I don't know. Let me just keep going. So Victor won. Paul and Victor plan to put up Paulie and Corey to ensure that one of them goes home. And then if one of them comes off, then Nicole would go up. And so that's the plan. Hold on, what place did Justin Gatlin come in? Dang, I hope he came in second at least. That whole head thing at the end of track kind of pisses me off that you can do that. Damn, who got second? Okay, look, okay. Okay, let me finish. BB care package comes and it's a super safety. Now I was like damn sure that Big Meech was gonna win. She didn't. It was Nicole. So the plan of putting Nicole up if one of them comes off is kind of off the table, but either way, they're gonna have votes. Um, so she has to wear this like orange and yellow costume with a cone hat and like a safety vest, and it's like a unitard thing underneath. Um, yeah, so that's what she has to wear all week. So she's safe from noms. And noms end up being what we thought it was, Polly and Corey, and they did hashtag blindside because apparently they thought it wasn't going to happen. And Corey, during the nomination speech, Corey shook his head when Victor said Corey would follow suit to Polly's plan, like he wouldn't. Like, Corey, you're not all there. Like, you asked, what do I do? What do I do after your HOH win? You know, after your double HOH win. So, I don't know. I just want to highlight that Polly's DR dance was the best. And also, the best part of the episode, right after Polly being nominated, was Polly crying in the DR. He was crying. He was like, he's been my boy since day one. And I would do anything for that kid. Like, I just know I'm going to play hard for the veto and I'm going to win it. I'm going to take myself down. I almost want to do. Like, I'm just like, God dang, pull it together. Like, that's what somebody should have said behind the camera. Like, look, Polly, I know you're sad, but you need to bring it together. I mean, oh my gosh, if he goes home on Wednesday, the next day, you know what, my kids are gonna watch a movie. They're not gonna watch a movie, but they're gonna have some fun. But yeah, so this wraps it up for this episode. I'm sorry this is so long. If you made it through, thanks for my pause. Thanks for my pause in my video about the Olympics. I was just so like, ah. But anyways, thanks for watching and you're welcome.